How's it going, everybody? We're back at it with some Star Trek Resurgence tonight, picking up where we left off last week. I've been looking forward to playing this all week, despite having Street Fighter 6 come out, which has been absolutely fantastic. I am looking forward to digging in. So I am doing some different stuff with the stream tonight. So I am typically a Streamlabs OBS person. It's just kind of what I started with. It was what I was familiar with. And I've been kind of up against it where I feel like Streamlabs just isn't giving me what I need. You know what I mean? It's just not there. I gotta check something real quick, so I'm just gonna bring the audio down just for a moment. Okay. Alright, just needed to check on some audio stuff. But yeah, just making sure everything's working right and all that. And yeah, it should be good to go. Yeah, I've noticed that the quality of the stream has been worse with Streamlabs. I've noticed that their like chroma key stuff is really not good. Because right now, like what I'm using, like this looks pretty okay. You know, I think it actually looks pretty good most of the time. But this is the NVIDIA Broadcast background removal tool. But I have an actual proper green screen, but every time I go to use it, it just doesn't key out correctly with Streamlabs, and I really have to mess with the lighting and a bunch of stuff, and then it ends up making me like transparent, and it's just a pain. And it seems to just be much better in OBS, so we're trying that out. But let's hop into the game. Reselecting the right. Okay. What is going on here? I have lost all... There we go. That was weird. The controller did not want to select. Did you get the mouse? But yeah, Spock is sending us on this like clandestine mission. How far back did it put us? This doesn't... I don't know if this feels right. Okay, this is right. Okay. I know last time the audio was real low, so we're gonna...
Mr. Diaz.
That looks low.
I understand you have already discussed the warp drive failure with Ambassador Spock?
I have.
It is imperative that
My
the
dog has been
Ambassador's
going
shuttle
nuts
be
all night,
flight
so I
ready.
apologize if you hear
I need you both to
background.
ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow
What's going on out
transubstantiated through its association with him. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to concern myself with.
Yeah, I want to
The
do it.
ambassador asked me to take a look, and I'm ready to crack this thing open.
Good. You could learn from Mr.
Oh, it's
Diaz's
an Amazon
focus.
delivery truck out
I'll
front.
take
That's why
notes.
the dog's going nuts.
Then I will leave you to it. Make note of any abnormalities in your report. Carry on.
One nice thing about Vulcans, Chovak is the only person who didn't look at this and treat me like I was something to pity. Doc says I should get used to it.
Yeah, it makes you look tough.
Doesn't mean I want to be reminded of it every minute of the day.
Hey, you won't get pity from me. I think it makes you look tough. As tough as you really are, that is.
And that makes you sound pretty smart. I might need you to
I'm a
save me
genius.
for myself next time, though. Come on. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Okay, so that was like a neutral.
Ready to go?
Didn't gain any favor,
All
didn't lose
set.
anything.
Let's run the diagnostic.
It's mini game time. What do we got? Using the right stick is... I guess that makes sense. Oh, it's the right trigger. Okay, right trigger.
So... I know about your talk with Miranda.
You do?
She
Since
sent me a
playing
priority
this
one
this
dispatch
game
right
last
after your
week, it
conversation.
got me in a
I'm
Star
happy
Trek
for
mood.
you.
So I've actually been watching old
Both of you.
episodes of Next Generation all week.
Thanks.
But I'm only going to tell you this once. Don't screw this up. Because I would be very unhappy if you tried this out and then I don't know, 6 weeks or 6 days later, I have to start splitting
I also
holidays
apologize in
between the two of
advance if I
you?
start sneezing.
All
My
because things
allergies
went
have
south and
been
you're not on speaking
out
terms.
of control the past few
You
days.
really don't believe in me, huh?
Like
It's
right
not
now.
you. Or her. Just running the numbers, and things don't work out more often than they do. I like my friends, and
Doing
I
my
like
best
our
to hit
group.
that mute.
I don't want to lose that. Is that thing done yet?
Yeah, it's wrapping up. Let's see. The relays along the primary EPS are blown. The backup relays are all intact.
An EPS overload from the warp drive could cause that. But how did the shuttle end up dead in the water?
Huh. Well, maybe the ship's data recorder can tell us something.
Maybe. Right, data recorder.
Here.
Oh, right there.
They were only
Where
about
it naturally
8 minutes
stopped
from
me.
their plotted warp point. No faults, just those warnings. What are they?
Shit's wrong. Red alert. Subspace
Subspace
okay.
variance out of tolerance. What does that mean?
Means the
It
subspace
means the main
variance has gone
navigation array
whack.
lost sight of space somehow.
Will the array going offline cause that?
Yes, but it should have also thrown a fault code.
Is this something?
The warp field became inverted suddenly.
I've seen
That
this
sounds
happen
bad.
when the center warp coil cracks.
A cracked warp coil throws a fault code.
Still, we should take a look.
There was a complete warp cascade failure.
This is definitely
They're
a
lucky the
nice
shuttle
change of
didn't
pace. I
spin
spent
inside out.
the
Makes me
I
think the
didn't
computer
have a ton of free
panicked on the
time
warp
today.
field equation.
Still doing a bunch of work
Any
on my
one
house.
of these failures should have thrown a fault.
But I spent all the free
If it
time I
was
had
caused
essentially
by a
playing Street
system
Fighter
failure.
today. So
None of this caused the relay
place to play
fail.
something not so
Roll forward to
fast-paced.
when that happened.
Yes, ma'am.
Eh,
So here,
Oh.
they take a moment to get their bearings and they attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There. That's the relays blowing.
and now he starts spinning.
And look, there's another warp system alert.
Right? Oh, well, I mean,
They're all
okay.
the same. Subspace variance out of tolerance, or warp inversions. Finally, there's a complete warp cascade failure.
Then it's one of two things. Either a warp coil is cracked or the navigation array is offline.
That makes sense.
Divide and conquer. You want to check the warp coils or the navigation array? I'll check the other. Let's not overcomplicate this.
Let's do the
One
warp
of these
coils. That sounds
systems
cool.
is likely broken.
You know, with how much I've
check
been
them
enjoying
myself
this
for
game,
practical.
and this does really feel like an episode or episodes of a Star Trek series. Man, I wish we would have gotten something like this with the. Sorry, mouse. I really wish we would have gotten. Wait, why did you go to the main menu? What? Oh, did it just start me all over? All right, well, let's try and skip through some of those conversations if we can. Why would it give me the option to go to the main menu out of... Oh, we can't skip conversations. Can we? No. All right. Well. That's cool. I have heard that that has been an
Yes.
issue with this
I
game.
understand you have already discussed the warp drive failure with Ambassador Spock.
I have.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be flight ready. I need you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with him. Especially when I have the
I
entirety
gotta
of the
say,
starship
getting
concerned
back into
myself
streaming
with.
over the past week and a
Ambassador
half,
asked
however
me to
long
take
it's
a look,
been,
and I'm ready to
it's
practice
been
the
really
whole-
nice. I think part of the reason why I kind
You
of
could
stopped
learn
streaming
from
before, because
Mr.
I used to
Diaz's
stream on
focus.
Twitch,
I'll take notes.
was a lot of it had to do with the hassle.
Then I will leave you to it.
And
Note of any abnormalities in your
having
report.
everything all
Carry
in
on.
this room,
One
I
nice thing
did
about
some kind of
Vulcans,
smart decisions with cabling
Shovak is the
to make it
only
really easy to
person who didn't
bring
look at this
a PlayStation or an
and treat me like
Xbox
I
from
was
one room to
something
another,
be.
and it's been really
Doc says
nice.
I should get used to it.
Let's
Doesn't mean I want to be
try
reminded of
this
it every
one, I
minute
guess.
of the day.
I don't know what you're talking about.
it's been nice getting back
Nothing
into it.
to see.
I am really
Good.
really enjoying it.
Look,
It's
I hate saying this.
it's been
but
fun. It's
every once in a while you shouldn't listen to me. Like when I'm half concussed telling you to go first? This isn't one of those times, though. Come on.
Yeah, I talked
Let's
about
get to
a
the
little bit
bottom
on
of
the
this.
Street Fighter stream last night, but coming up this week for streaming. This week's gonna be a little weird, simply because we have some other stuff going on
All set.
that I have to get
Let's
up
run
on the
the
channel.
diagnostic.
But I'm assuming either Monday or Tuesday I'm gonna stream. It'll probably be Street Fighter. There we go. But we're gonna obviously keep streaming this until we finish it. I don't know how long that's gonna take, obviously. I remember looking up to see how long this game was, but I don't remember what it is. You know,
She said
my plan
we
is to
had
stream for an
priority
hour,
one
hour and a
dispatch
half
right
at a
after your
time.
conversation.
You know, depending.
I'm happy for you.
Both of you. I need to stop streaming later at night like this. You know, it's 8:43 p.m. right now.
Tell you this once.
I need to do it during the middle of the day on a
Screw
Saturday, I
this
think.
up, because I would be very
'Cause I get up so
unhappy if
early
you tried this
that
out
I'm
and
just,
then,
you know, I'm already
I don't know,
tired.
6 weeks or 6 days later, I have to
But
start.
yeah, we'll have
splitting holidays
Street
between the two
Fighter
of
up,
you,
like I said, Monday or
all
Tuesday,
because things went south and you're not.
and
on
then
speaking
we'll stream
terms.
this again maybe next Saturday.
really don't
You know,
believe
maybe
me,
we'll
huh?
just keep this
It's
on
not
Saturdays.
you.
But we have the
Or-
Summer Games Fest thing this Thursday,
Just running the numbers
and so
things
I
don't work
can't
out
stream
more
that. It's
often
happening
than
while I'm
they
at
do.
work, so that's not going to happen.
like
But
my
I will
friends
be
and I
able
like our
to
group.
record my thoughts
I don't
that
wanna
night,
miss that.
have it up on the channel on Friday.
Is that thing done yet?
Yeah.
But we are
Let's
live
wrap it up.
streaming. We are
See,
live streaming the Xbox
relays along the
Showcase,
primary
which is a week
EPS are
from
blown.
tomorrow.
The backup relays are all intact.
I am
An
looking
EPS
forward to
overload
that.
from the warp drive could cause that. But how did the shuttle end up dead in the water?
Well, maybe the ship's
And then I
data
think,
report was something.
you know, we'll bounce back and forth between this and Street Fighter. You know, if anything else pops up, you know, maybe I'll stream it. But I want to get back into streaming
They were
some
only
older
about
stuff.
8 minutes
One of the
when
things
the
I used to do
plotted
on
warp went.
Twitch was I would
No
stream
faults,
like
just
classic
those
arcade
warnings.
games, and I kind of want to get
What
back
are
into doing that. So I think that'll be on the near horizon.
Subspace variance out of tolerance.
All right,
does
we're
that
getting
mean?
closer to where
It
we
means the main navigation array
where we lost
sight
our
of space
progress.
somehow.
Will the array going offline cause that?
Yes, but it should have also thrown a fault code.
Look at those eyebrows; they're all over the place. Check there.
The warp field became inverted suddenly.
I've seen
Actually, I
this
got
happen
online. I
when
played some
center
online
warp
matches of
cracks.
Street Fighter today. I lost
Cracked
every
warp
single
coil
one,
throws a
so
fault
I'm obviously
code.
off to a good
Still,
spot.
we should take a look.
I think tomorrow I'm gonna play some more of that World Tour mode.
There was a complete warp cascade
Make some
failure.
more progress on that.
Wow. They're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me think the computer panicked on the warp field equation.
Any one of these
I'm
failures
having a,
should have thrown a fault.
Maybe
Real
it was
hard
caused by
time
a system failure.
playing
None of this
Street
caused
Fighter
the
6
heroes
on
to
my PS5 with
roll
that
forward to when that happened.
with
Yes,
the
ma'am.
controller and not a fight stick. Man, I really wish at this point I would have gotten it on PC.
So here, they take a moment to
I
get
looked
their
up
bearings
PS5
and they
fight sticks.
attempt
I don't
to
know, maybe I was
navigate
looking in the
warp
wrong
drive.
spot. Like GameStop
There.
only had a couple on
That's
their
the relay's
website. I
blown.
only saw a few on Amazon's website, and they were hundreds of dollars. And that's
And
just
look,
that's
there's
just not
another
gonna
warp
happen right
system
now.
alert.
There does not seem to be a way to
all the same.
adapt a PC
Subspace
fight
variance
stick
out
to
of
the
tolerance,
PS5, which that
warp
sucks.
inversions.
That really sucks.
Finally, there's a complete warp cascade failure.
Then it's one of two things. Either a warp coil is cracked or the navigation array is offline.
All right,
That
we'll
makes
still
sense.
stick with that warp coil. Try that
Divide
out.
and conquer. You want to check the warp coils or the navigation array? I'll check the other. Let's not overcomplicate this. One of these systems is likely broken.
I'll check the nacelles for a cracked coil.
It's nice also not having my controller constantly disconnect while playing this game. I think what happened is I had a bum cable. Okay. Use X to equip the holster, the tricorder, or equip or holster or tricorder. Jeez, easy for me to say. Hold the trigger to scan glowing objects. Okay. Let's do that. Let's get that tricorder. That glowing object. Is that just... Oh, there we go. Out of range. Oh, we actually have to physically... Some objects you scan will activate a deep scan. Use the bumpers to switch between different scan modes. Okay. 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 Try this. Okay. Is there more? There's gotta be at least one of these deep scans somewhere, right? Chemical, biological, radiation. Okay, they're all... Oh, is it this? There we go. All anomalies scanned. No fractures detected. Okay. So maybe it was her thing?
I checked every coil on the port nacelle for imbalances. If any coil in either engine were cracked, I would have detected it. So, it must be the navigation array.
Except it's not. Checked and double-checked.
Oh,
Well,
it's a
the
mystery.
readings don't lie.
Here comes the security detail for the way team.
Is it just me or there's some weird graphical stuff going on?
I'm not here.
Like, is all that stuff in the background supposed to be
We're
happening?
escorting the negotiating team to the surface as soon as they come down from the bridge. I don't want to interrupt some important work. I was just hoping to see you before I go. The captain and the others will be here any minute now. Should be an interesting
I
ride
always
down
got
the
time for you,
surface.
baby doll.
Come on, I'm never too busy to make time for you.
That's not true.
Maybe make eye contact with me?
But
She's
I
like
am
off
glad
looking
you
in
came
the
by.
fucking
Now
sky.
that's more accurate.
I gotta be precise with you, huh?
Hey, Maris.
Okay.
Aren't these those button pushers you're always hanging out with?
And you're the phaser jockeys we always beat in Parisi squares, right?
Oh, snap.
All aboard for Hotari.
That another one of the captain's railroad things?
Yep.
Gotta be.
I'm gonna railroad
I
you.
just usually zone out by the time he gets to the whole steam engines were the warp drives of their day part. Catch y'all later.
I mean, I guess they were. They're
You don't
probably the
wanna miss
fastest
your
one to
train.
travel for a while.
I do have to go.
See ya.
Not gonna lie.
Oh,
not
let's
be
steal that
myself.
kiss right in front of the
More
captain.
important things on my mind.
Make eye contact with him. Don't break your gaze. That was... It's just...
That
touch.
was nice.
It's just touch.
Yeah, it was.
Save some of that for when I
We've got a deal.
Yeah, save some of that light lip pushing for when we get back.
be seeing you.
And the subtitles went away again. That must just be like a recurring thing with this game. Bye, Spock.
Etzelar de Diaz. If you could float back down to reality, we still have a ways to go.
No problem, Scarface.
All right, where were we?
So, the
Scanning.
warp coils in the navigation array are fine, but the nav computer doesn't seem to think so.
I'm out of ideas short of field stripping the shuttle from bow to stern.
You wanna take this out of the shuttle and throw it on the bench?
Oh,
Yeah.
building maintenance.
Let's throw it down on the bench.
Okay, the nav computer is patched into the ship.
The ship's computer can double-check our work. If the shuttle's nav computer is putting out false data, we'll know it.
Let's run through the shuttle's logs again.
Running now.
Yep. This kind of mechanic is reminding me a little bit of
Same.
Detroit.
Warp field inversion.
kinda
and
scan through
cascade
stuff.
Failure.
Kind of cool. I like that. I like that. That was an aspect of
Resolute
Detroit I
computer
liked, where it
doesn't
was
show
like
the same
recreating the
subspace
crime
variance.
scenes.
We're in the same conditions that the shuttle was in when it failed. Why wouldn't the ship's computer get a matching result?
Because it was cursed.
What if the subspace variance was a momentary occurrence?
That's a possibility, and it would explain why the simulation under our current sensor readings failed to reproduce the issue.
But a subspace anomaly strong enough to cause a warp field collapse would leave graviton ripples for days.
Let's run with the momentary subspace variance theory for now. Roll forward to the shuttle's attempt to re-engage the warp drive. We need the conditions of space around the shuttle at the moment of warp failure.
Resuming
Right.
simulation.
Same spot.
Error in warp field calculation. Cochrane formula variables are out of range.
That right there. Take the shuttle sensor data from that moment.
Computer, why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure returned non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
That doesn't help.
Orthogonal?
Wait, what if we use a different ship?
Put the Resolute into the simulation instead of the shuttle.
Yeah, it should warp just fine. Unless...
Oh, we got a Bermuda Triangle situation going on?
Computer, run the simulation with the Resolute.
Resolute simulated.
Computer, give me manual control on the warp power.
Static field intensity, warp 1.1. 1.2. 3. Warp pressure is destabilizing. Error in warp field calculation.
We got a conspiracy!
The warp drive has experienced a system.
Call Jesse Ventura, get him out of the Baja!
Warp field collapsed.
Jet fuel can't melt warp drive.
Cochrane formula results are undefined.
Bingo.
Whatto?
The same moment when the shuttle failed to warp, so did the ship.
So
Whatever
did the
happened
ship.
to the shuttle just happened to us. The Resolute will not sustain warp.
We can't leave Hotari space.
We're trapped. Trapped forever. What's that ship? Oh, cool. We're in Avatar. Or that world from with the shitty aliens in Mass Effect Andromeda. That I'm pretty sure was just Avatar. And this is the flag room. This is where we stand and talk below the flags.
Ambassador Spock, Captain Solano, welcome to Hotari. We are honored.
Hi, we are the Avatar
My name
people,
is
just
Tyler
not blue.
Sulfaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The honor is ours, and this is Commander Jara Rydick, first officer aboard the USS Resolute. You'll find she has a keen mind and unique insight into the dynamics between the Hotari and the Illydians.
We are honored to be here as representatives of the Federation.
I'm so glad.
These must be the representatives of the mighty Federation. The reigning authority in the galaxy. Or so we've been led to believe. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen.
This guy is definitely
But,
trying to
either
do
way,
a Batista
We're grateful
impression.
you've made the time to come to our little corner of the universe.
And you are?
This is Galvin, and this is Citron, the heroes of the revolt in the mines.
Okay. Here come people from Destiny.
Let's hope this is the last time we ever have to come here.
If you'll excuse me.
So, if you missed the last episode, basically the way they framed it is the people that are dressed all proper and fancy are, like, real smart. The other people, blue collar, and they're kind of exploiting them.
I don't know what we're walking into here. But that guy was something.
Something about his tone tells me this won't be easy.
That was
Yeah,
my
he's a
sense
jerk.
as well.
I doubt he speaks for all of Hotari. So I would urge patience until we speak with their queen.
I will say, the guy that they got to do Spock is doing an excellent job. Some of the voice acting has definitely been hit or miss, but that guy's knocking it out of the park. That's a cool room. This room does not have flags. Hi, I'm every matriarch stereotype in science fiction. Nice to meet you, Spock. Okay. Show strength. We're not here to fuck around. We're Starfleet. I don't care about your chin indentation.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Hotari Prime.
The honor is mine, Your Majesty.
That the Federation would send one of their most respected representatives is not only an honor to the Hotari people and their queen.
I feel like we gotta definitely pay attention.
Recognition of our stature and importance.
Let's get on with it, shall we? With all due respect to the Federation and their ambassador, they have no authority here. We are not members of their alliance. We are not subject to their rule. nor yours. We demand the immediate return of all mining operations to Elydian control, as it has been for centuries and will be for centuries more. That has always been our understanding.
That understanding has changed.
Then you invite war.
And if you cannot remain silent, you will be silenced.
Like a
But
director
his
of
point is well taken. What is the Federation's interest in this matter?
True, why are we getting
Perhaps you
involved?
would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of this conflict.
You tell him, Spock.
We are here at your request, Your Majesty.
For now.
Saying this wouldn't be easy was an understatement. I thought they wanted us here.
Shut up.
Was there something you wanted to say, Captain?
Oh, no. My apologies.
And what about the Kobliad?
She's not part
She
of...
can speak for herself, can't she? Then let her.
Yeah, let me. I'm taking charge here. I'm the queen now.
Now then, one should know their place. What you might be somewhere else is not what you are here. Which is standing before a queen. And a queen deserves respect.
All these people are so full of
A vow
themselves.
is not too much to ask. Is Hotari Prime part of the Hotari system?
I'm not taking
My
your
name
guff.
is Commander Jara Rydek, Your Majesty. I prefer to be called by my name, not my species.
Then I suppose that makes us even. Commander Rydek.
Damn right.
You are Kobliad. Your people suffered brutal treatment at the hands of the Cardassians. Their injustice towards the Kobliad is as unimaginable as it is unforgivable. Not unlike how we have been treated by the Elydians.
All right, so maybe she's kind of getting on our side a little bit here.
Remember, it was the Hotari who attacked us. Hundreds of innocent Elydians were slaughtered without mercy in those mines.
The blood is on their hands, not ours.
Quiet! If after all the Kobliad suffered, you finally had the chance to right that wrong.
I feel like
to
this
get
needs a little
out
bit of
from
music.
under their
This
control.
whole section has been a
Would you
little,
take it?
I don't know.
Or would you negotiate a peace?
I don't want to say boring, but let's toe the company line here.
There is no remedy for what the Kobliad suffered. And I fear who we might have become.
We gotta
in
kind of get
pursuit of
this this back on track
There
here.
is no justice if the oppressed become the oppressor. So I would willingly accept a peaceful resolution if it were offered. That is the real opportunity.
Perhaps, Commander Rydek. Perhaps. Unfortunately, that was not the case, was it?
No, it was not.
Peace is often elusive to those who need it most. The Federation is the most powerful, most advanced alliance in the galaxy. It's
We're gonna
why we
crush
know
you.
We have an abundance of dilithium in our mines. And it's in your interest to secure a steady supply.
Your
Not
Majesty,
wrong.
if I may.
Ambassador Spock would have us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace.
You know,
So
Federation
why are you
and Star Trek has
really
always been seen as, you
I
know,
want
doing
the
the right
truth.
thing, but
Not your Federation rhetoric.
It's possible the Federation has an interest in both peace and securing a steady source of dilithium. One does not preclude or prevent the other. But that's just
Allergies.
my personal opinion.
Given the Federation has done business.
there's always a
with the
shady
Elydians
side to
for
everything, even if
decades,
you're altruistic.
I would agree. It's entirely possible, if not highly likely.
What they haven't said, but cannot deny, is a simple truth. The dilithium trade would not and will no longer exist without a Lydian involvement. We created it for the benefit of everyone, especially the Hotari. We've given them warp technology. We've let them share in the profits. We've made their lives infinitely better than before dilithium was discovered. All of that goes away if the Federation turns a blind eye to their treachery.
That is enough of your lies.
Yeah, this guy is, you know, she's tough, but this guy is just difficult.
We've done so for centuries. So tell me, who deserves control of the dilithium trade and the mines on Tau? Who should the Federation recognize?
Well, not you.
The Hotari or the Elydians? Can only be one or the other.
It is their mine.
Not both.
If I have to choose only one, then it would have to be the Hotari.
Well said. How could the just and wise Federation
All these people
make
suck.
any other choice?
This is an outrage. The Federation has lost all credibility.
The mines are ours. Lydia will not be deterred.
Well, we just started.
Take back our mines by any means necessary.
And you will see more blood spilled.
I am more than willing to address your concerns, Your Majesty. Yours as well, Representative. But I suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential representatives.
I suppose there is some sense to that.
She's definitely up to something. Either that or it's just poor writing and they're flipping her back and forth. He is not happy with us.
I hope we meet again, Jara Ryder.
Well, they love me on this planet. Maybe I should just get off this ship and live like a queen. Oh, mustache isn't thrilled.
Spock and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front. You make
go
nice
hang out
with the
over
locals
there with
and
those
see if you can
flags.
get some answers. We need to find out why the Hotari are so willing to risk war.
Because they're hiding
What happened to
something.
those mines?
We're gonna cover it. All right. Anybody over here? Can I talk to this guy? Nope. Just got it. You want some? Drinking fountain? Yeah, just appreciate the water.
Soothing.
Appreciate the water. That guy doesn't want anything to do with this. What's up with you, Sidron?
Commander, I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hotari. I knew the Federation would see through the Elydians' baseless claims and protect
Yeah, technically
the
I'm not on
interests
either
of my
side.
people.
To be clear, I'm not on
You're
either side.
a bunch
of
of
this
jerks, but I
conflict.
guess you're less
Our only
jerky than the
interest
other
is
jerks.
peace.
I will keep that in mind.
Jerkiest bunch of jerks that ever jerked.
I assume you were there the day the mines were seized from the Elydians.
Not seized, reclaimed, and restored to their rightful owners. Yes, I was there. We had to be decisive, before the Elydians could even realize there
Yeah,
was
wait, you
nightmares
had guns?
Were the Hotari miners armed during the revolt? I'm just trying to understand how it happened.
If by that you mean armed with centuries of abuse and exploitation
Okay.
at the hands of the Elydians, then yes.
No, we're talking about actual guns,
Doesn't
dude.
really answer my
Or
question.
lasers or phasers.
We had them vastly overwhelmed from the start. They respect one thing above all else, and that is force. The greater the force, the more certain the outcome. Any talk of making peace is just that, and worth little without the strength to secure it. Which makes me wonder about your ship, the Resolute. Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship.
I thought we were a science
Ready
vessel.
to contend with anything the Illyrians might have in store.
Did they not say that at the beginning of the game?
Not true.
Yeah, it's a
Maybe
fucking
I
science
misjudged
vessel.
It wasn't designed as a warship. More for scientific research and exploration.
But the Federation must have ships designed for war.
Technically, they're Starfleet ships representing the Federation. But yes.
I see.
Wait, do we not get to talk with the other people?
A pleasure meeting
Oh,
you,
okay.
Commander. I'm sure we'll cross
All right,
paths.
see you later, small soldiers. I gotta go chat it up with the rest of everybody that's just insufferable in this game.
Commander Rydek, I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting my people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
Yeah, thanks.
If anyone deserves thanks, it's Ambassador Spock. No one is more invested in negotiating a peaceful settlement to this conflict than he is.
I'm so glad. We need his help before the situation escalates further than it already has. It's been very trying. I saw you speaking with Sidron, our national hero. I'm curious, what did he say?
He seems to be of the opinion that negotiating for peace is a waste of time.
Because force is the only blunt instrument he understands. He's a learner, not a diplomat.
Well, to be honest, your queen wasn't super
For the
diplomatic
first time in our
either.
history, the Hotari have the upper hand. We see ourselves as strong instead of downtrodden. New voices have risen up. Old voices shouted down. Galvin and Sidron have become national heroes.
Is that hair or a
They have
hat?
the Queen's ear. Better or worse, depending on your perspective.
I get the sense you don't exactly trust them.
I don't trust their instincts, which are leading us to war. My fear has been that the Illyrians will launch an attack and crush us. You've seen their starship, no doubt.
Oh, okay, that's what that was.
They could have retaken the mines whenever they wanted to, but it never happened. And as strange as this may sound, I'd almost say they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of. It's still the same bluster and bravado you would expect from them. But it has no teeth.
The storm?
Like they're afraid of what might happen.
Do you think it has something to do with the ion storm? Right now, it's stronger than ever, isn't it?
It's entirely possible. I'm not a scientist, but I do know the storm has knocked out all kinds of systems.
There is definitely a
Maybe
conspiracy
Illyrians weren't willing to risk their ships, given all the interference.
afoot.
Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines and
Too high
restricted
on
all
clear.
access.
Can't think
No
straight.
one's allowed without his personal
Shouldn't let me be a
authorization.
diplomat.
And they've taken over a section of the palace with just as much secrecy and security. I'm told it could be something they brought back from
Get
the
turned
mines.
on antihistamines.
Made inquiries, but everyone pretends it doesn't exist. I strongly suspect they're hiding something.
What is it?
What do you think it is?
I've heard rumors it's some sort of ancient artifact, but I haven't seen it myself.
How can we know?
Oh, Orville Peck.
I'd better see what's happening.
Do you think you can find out what they're hiding? I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
Take this. You can use it to capture whatever you find, and then send it to me.
Just hit the AOL Instant Messenger button.
Thank you. I will let you know what I find. And I look forward to our meeting again.
Sorry, I couldn't help but notice you were speaking with the Hotari this whole time.
It's because they were first.
I figured in the interest of fairness.
Oh, come on. It's because I was working my way.
Of course.
I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know, but these negotiations rely on the Federation's neutrality, as does any hope you might have for a supply of dilithium in the future. So, why you would choose to side with the Hotari escapes me.
I'll be making the decisions.
Without Illyrian involvement, there is no dilithium trade. Clearly, you weren't aware.
We are and will remain completely neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution to this conflict.
As is ours. Of course, the question is, at what price?
Okay.
Major Sarlet Arminta, Special Attaché, Elydian Armed Forces. Pleasure to meet you, Commander. I have my issues with the Hotari, but I have to give them some credit. They know how to seize an opportunity. Inciting an uprising the same day as a massive, once-in-a-lifetime ion storm.
Our assumption was that this storm was just an anomaly.
Yes, a very convenient anomaly. At least, that was what we were told. Of course, I wasn't there. But
yeah, I don't buy it either, man. Now tell me. Tell me what you know.
You should
tell me
know
everything.
better than to believe everything you're told.
Well, the official story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt. How else do a bunch of unarmed, unorganized miners seize control of an entire moon, much less thousands of mines?
Some crazy artifact that allows them to enact massive
power. They tell
power.
a different story. They say they're lucky to have escaped with their lives. That it was more than just the storm. That somehow the miners were able to harness the energy of the storm. I know it sounds crazy. I'm not even sure I believe it myself.
You just answered your own question.
Yeah,
How do a group of miners do something that in theory can't be done? That's how. Harnessing the storm.
But even if it's true, how does that even happen?
You tell me.
If you'll excuse me, Commander Ryder.
Okay. Is that everybody we can talk to? I want to inspect the banner.
They seem proud of their culture.
Wow, look at those textures in the background. Jesus.
Pride can lead to rash action.
Is that everybody? Oh, okay. What's this?
Such rough terrain. No wonder the Hotari are so tough.
Alright, let's run down this hallway. I'm coming, Mustache. Coming, Spock. They got some crazy artifact.
Well, that was a disaster.
What happened?
The Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Elydians stormed out.
The Hotari did not invite us here as peacekeepers. I hope your efforts were more fruitful than ours.
You know, even though I am very much enjoying this game, I think my major criticism now,
gravitational harmonics failing
a couple
to resolve.
hours into it, is
warp bubble stability degrading. Increase
slow
output to
going.
maximum.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
That whole section was a little rough. Minigame Jones over here isn't upping the adrenaline factor.
It is evident that presently the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our
If
diagnostics
you look at
rule out
any good like
with
Star
our warp
Trek
systems or
episode,
anything about the
you know, and
ship,
obviously I can only go off Next
the problem
Generation,
appears
that's
to be the
all I've
fabric
seen.
of space
You know, it's
itself.
paced, it's got ups
Space
and downs,
itself.
so this has just kind of been
You're
mid
saying
across.
something about this region of space prevents warp travel?
Prevents it or can't sustain it.
However improbable, that appears to be the case.
Well, couldn't we slowboat it out of here at impulse speed?
It may come to that, but we don't know how far this warp dead zone extends. Captain Solano is on his way back from the negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed. Given the facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes around the ship to construct a clear picture of the phenomenon.
Around the ship. I'll prep a shuttle.
He was way too excited about that.
setting up a waypoint at a distance roughly corresponding to the edge of our warp field. When we get there, I'll deploy the first probe.
All right. Fly forward, fly backward, turn, strafe. Storm will push your shuttle around. Stay focused and maintain your course. I really hate the fact that main menu is an option on this thing. It's so bizarre. Green lightning will damage your shuttle. Being damaged 3 times will fail the mission. You can fly through rings if you pilot carefully. Follow the lit path. Ooh, this is going to be rough. Alright. Oh, okay, now we're in control. Okay, the left stick does nothing.
Commander Westbrook, the Resolute systems are calibrated to receive the probe's readings. We are standing by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe.
Okay, that actually, okay.
Thank you, Mr.
The other
Chobak.
trigger works.
We'll be in position shortly.
And Mr. Diaz, do take care in piloting the shuttlecraft.
Okay, so the right stick definitely
Now is
moves
not the
around,
time
but the
to
left
indulge
stick,
in the
it said
human
strafe,
compulsion
it does
to enjoy
nothing. Get away from me.
Chobak probably isn't such a fun guy to work for, huh?
He's...
Nah, Lieutenant Commander Chovak's not so bad. You know, once you get used to him. And, I've learned a lot working under him.
I have a feeling I'm going to have
Okay,
to work
guess
harder.
if you
Be a political animal like you.
hold down the left stick for a while, it sort of moves you. To avoid that asteroid, all I did was I just pumped the brakes. I didn't. You are definitely, like, you're constantly having to recenter. You are being pulled in different directions. This is very odd. Like, I feel like I didn't have to deal with that lightning at all. Like, there was no lightning anywhere? Like, that, I don't know, that was weird. Maybe it's gonna come up again later.
Transporting the first probe into position.
Okay, I guess, yeah. As we do the different probes. We have to do this 6 times? Huh. Oh.
Westbrook here. The first probe is deployed.
Understood. We are reading it. We are about to replay the simulation.
Problem? I just can't get a handle on her. Commander Rydek. She rejected my plan to use a deflector pulse against the storm surge. But on the other, she did listen to my advice and use the whole polarity trick to get you through that excursion alive.
Oh, she just did what she thought was
I'm not saying there's
best.
anything wrong with the new XO. I'm sure she's a fine officer, even if we don't see eye to eye.
Well, you were kind of arrogant.
She didn't go through what the rest of us did. You know that. And it's hard to figure out why she'd be the one Solano chose instead of, well, one of us.
I've heard some good things. You should at least give her a chance.
I'll take that under advisement.
Test is running. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1, mark.
What was that?
Whoa. All right, that is definitely a problem with the fabric of space. We need to get another probe out.
All right, let's head over.
With 2 points of data, the Resolute and the probe, we've managed to get an
Make on my way
interference
through
pattern.
space,
I'm setting a
launching
waypoint to a
probes,
particularly strong
dodging
area of
lightning
interference.
strikes.
We'll deploy the second probe there.
We
Listen,
go under this?
I'm gonna give you a piece of advice I wish someone had given me. Make sure you're never just one thing. And don't get so focused on what's in front of your face that you lose sight of the big picture. Before Rydek showed up, the captain pulled me into his ready room and told me he didn't think I had the people skills to be first officer.
I agree with that.
What a load of crap. I mean, if he'd said that about Chovak, sure.
I appreciate the advice, Commander. I'll make sure I keep my options open.
I don't need to tell you how to operate. You're already
Okay,
well
now
on.
that strafe.
You're a capable
That's working
engineer.
now.
You're good
Okay,
in
so
the
maybe it
field.
just wasn't
Keep up the
really
good
doing
work.
much.
Who knows? Solid
First time
jack of all
around.
departments like you could be commander-in-chief of Starfleet one day. Hell, Admiral Jellicoe started as a shuttle pilot. And there are places to go in the enlisted ranks, too.
Love Jellicoe.
You know, I'd be the best leader Starfleet ever had. Lower decks always have to fix all the problems command causes. Maybe Usually, I just save everybody some steps.
Well, don't forget about us little people when you're running things.
Of course not. You gotta remember where you came from.
Oh, he likes me. I'm assuming because this is like pretty smooth sailing from here to the waypoint that lightning is going to show up? Or not? Okay, maybe later.
Here.
Okay.
This is close enough. Stop the engines.
Let's launch that other probe and collapse more of space.
Deploying the probe. Westbrook to Commander Chovak. We're ready for another sampling of data.
Very good. Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1. On.
Shit.
There it is again.
I saw it. It seems to be directional.
Well, what about the scans?
I think a lot of my favorite Star Trek episodes is when just like weird stuff is happening in outer space.
Here's the readings in relation to our local space. We've got the Resolute, Otari Prime, and the probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually. We got something.
These markers indicate peaks in the gravimetric interference patterns.
Let's see if I can find some more.
Oh.
Hold up. This is coming from the moon.
From the moon?
That blocks warp travel.
Aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally. I don't know how they're doing it. This is like nothing I've ever seen.
Why would they be doing this?
Is the moon where the mine is? Is that where the artifact is?
And now we're getting hit by some warp-killing weapon?
Now, look here. It's current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations... they line up with the interference pattern. The storm and this beam, they're coming from the same place.
Carter,
oh shit!
Whatever petty local conflict brought us here, it's just a small part of something much bigger.
Oh, goofy smile now, huh?
Presently, we don't have an explanation for how they're doing this. One thing is clear. This is no fluke.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. I want a full briefing when I'm back on board. Solano out. A targeted weapon that inhibits warp travel. Coming from the moon Tau.
That would explain the difficulties my shuttle encountered. More importantly, the tenor of the Hotari during the negotiations.
They're up to something.
And here I thought the Illydians would be the problem. Coming to peace talks in a warship. This wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
I don't know why the Hotari wanted us here, but it wasn't to negotiate.
Clearly, peace is not their intention.
Then what is? Why go through
They want the Federation to back them going to war?
The Hotari representative said she thought they found something in the mines. Galvin and Sidron brought it back to the palace, but they're keeping it under tight security. She's going to investigate it. I gave her my tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
You found an ally.
Why would Tylus help us? Go behind her people's back? It's a fair question, considering.
A lot of options.
She's worried that her people are being dragged into something that isn't going to end well for them. She's trying to save them.
That may be true.
She's certainly more likely to help than the other Hotari we've met.
That raises another question. Specifically, what do the other Hotari have to gain in bringing us here, only to make this hostile maneuver against us? There must be some motivation.
Unless they change their minds between when they asked.
I think they kind of do want war.
Given their indifference to the negotiations, and what we now know about this warp-disrupting weapon, it's almost as if...
Sorry, I have to check something real quick. My apologies.
If they want to start a war. And Sidron was convinced the only thing the Illydians respect is force.
I would say he's right about that. But at least they know when to hold back.
But that does not explain why they would turn their aggressions against us.
I don't think the Illidians know what's really down on that moon either.
Major Armintis said
No,
the
they
revolt
definitely
defied explanation. That the Hatari miners somehow harnessed the
So
energy
either
of
they
the
dragged
sun.
us here, because they did request us. So either they dragged us here because they think that we'll help them figure out
So
how
is
to
a weapon
harness
that
this
disrupts warp
thing
travel.
more, or we're going to back them in
There
war.
have
I
been
don't know.
civilizations and
And
entities
they don't want us to leave
present, far
until we
more
make a decision.
technologically advanced than the Federation.
The Illidians and Hotari don't fall into that category.
But that is all the more reason to investigate further.
Commander Rydek, sorry to interrupt. We've received an urgent call from Hatari. The Queen's advisor, Tylus, has asked to speak with you.
Put her through.
Galvin and Citron are still with the Queen. I've enlisted help.
It's like when your mom
Access to the room
FaceTimes
they have
you.
under guard. I don't have much time.
Can you see me?
I'm not supposed to leave my post.
It's only for a moment. I so appreciate your help.
I found something. I'm sending you a scan.
I really want the captain to turn to her and just be like, what did you send her to broadcast video? A fucking GameCube?
Got it. Tylus, if we needed to gain access to the mines on Tau, is that something you could help us with?
I suppose it wouldn't be easy, but I have to go.
Tylus.
Something going on.
Can we reconnect?
Oh, like there might be a weird sound
Sorry,
from
Captain.
my house.
We've lost all contact.
We can only hope she escaped without harm.
It was hard to tell.
I'm the one who got her into
Can't tell if it's the game or if there's
Something happens
fireworks
to her.
going on. I
It's
live
my fault.
near
She's one of the
a
Queen's
baseball
closest advisors.
stadium,
I'm sure she'll
and
be
they do
fine.
fireworks on Saturday
Assuming
nights.
the
It's about
Queen
that
isn't
time. I
part
guess
of
maybe the game would be done if there is a game.
Let's see the scan of whatever the hell that was.
Tylus suspects this came from the mines on Tau.
Star Fox?
It appears to be of ancient origin, but the markings
How could
are
you
unclear.
tell? It's a green
We can run a full
polygon.
analysis when we get back to the reservoir. But if this came from the mines, then it might be the key to how they got the upper hand against the Illidians.
Then we have to go into the mines.
The Federation would not allow that.
All right, maybe we're gonna start
after
picking
all,
up.
sent here to be a neutral party in a peace negotiation. However,
See how this is so much better with some
demonstrate that
music
the Hotari
underplaying the
have acted in
conversation?
bad faith, which would enable us to investigate the mines on
It's
Tau
weird and
with full
unsettling and kind of not appropriate for the scene the music
We would
is.
need conclusive proof before taking action. Otherwise, it could put us.
Yeah, we
in a
had to defend
difficult
ourselves.
position.
If this warp disruption
The
attack
ship already
isn't
went through
enough
one tragedy
justification,
recently.
I don't know what is. We have every right to defend ourselves.
In due time.
I don't want to escalate this without a better idea of what we're getting into.
We may have a better understanding once we analyze the device. The mission to the mines, covert or otherwise, is not out of the question. And I will handle the Federation.
As I was telling Carter, I want all the data I can get on this warp problem. And the negotiating team's shuttle has been recording data all the way back from Hotari. Even better than our probes. So pull the sensor and engine ISOs from the Melville when it sets down.
Will do.
I'll join you and Chovak down in engineering to run another analysis after the briefing.
They've spelled Chovak differently with and without an apostrophe in these subtitles. Did they not make up their
I
mind?
didn't like this warp problem when we thought it was some astronomical anomaly. And I like it a hell of a lot less now that we know someone is doing it to us. How does it work? What do we even do about it?
What do you say we pull these chips and find out?
Took some damage on the way.
Did it?
That ionic interference scored the hull plating. Might be some micro welds. Let's try pulling together.
All right.
3, 2, 1. It won't budge.
It
Gotta be the
didn't
storm
seem
damage.
to struggle much.
We need to... Welcome back. Any excitement down on the surface?
Excitement? No. Nothing like that.
What?
Hey, can you hand me the EJ7 interlock? From the toolbox.
I don't know what that is.
Not much use for one on a security detail, huh? Carter?
Yeah, I'll get it.
I just move so slow. Let's be professional.
Okay, I'll apply pressure while you decouple the panel.
Here, I'll help.
I have the space wrench.
We've got this.
Open up and say ah.
Thanks for the hand. We have to get these isolinear chips down to engineering.
No problem. You really know everything about these ships, don't you? The tools, the systems. Like a walking Starfleet technical manual.
Yeah, am I cool now?
I thought security was the detail to be on. Now all of a sudden you're interested in engineering?
Just the engineer.
Come on, start pulling chips.
I truly do not understand why the cursor moves so slow. Oh, right sticks. Take all the yellow. This looks like Guess Who. Oh! Butterfingers. Oh, what's that?
What's this?
It's another polygonal shape. Obviously ancient in origin.
Whoa. This substance is a quantized spin crystallization of hydrogen, carbon, and lithium. It's emitting tetrametric pulses at an interval of 3.8422 seconds.
Quantized crystallization isn't natural. I mean, it's only theoretical as a means to engineer matter on a subatomic level. What's it doing in there?
They place it on the ship to mess with us, or did it get on? Yeah, just touch it with your hand, dude.
Regulation 364, subsection 9.
What?
Regulation 364, subsection 9 orders that in the case of an unknown foreign substance infiltrating a sealed system, it will be placed in secure confinement before further examination. Retrieve a containment module.
Don't you think we're
Hope
more
he comes
equipped to
back with
deal
like a Ziploc
whatever
bag.
this is?
No. Before anything else, this is a security issue. You don't even know what this is.
Which is why we need to study it.
Once
I mean,
it's
yeah, we don't know
contained-
what it is.
Well, if it's not natural, then someone might have put it there. It could be a tracking device, some kind of sabotage, or even a bomb.
It's a bomb.
Which is why we need to get it to the containment lab.
Come on.
Don't you know you can't say
I
bomb
can't
on a
make an exception.
spaceship?
Not even for you.
I'm still going to report these crystals to Commander Westbrook when we send the shuttle data.
And I will inform my superiors. I'm taking this just as seriously as you are. But I overheard talk about the warp disruption on the shuttle. Now these crystals?
Oh, we're piecing it together.
Maybe this situation is more than we can handle with just a science vessel. We could trigger a distress call. Get Starfleet to send more ships.
Alright, that's an
Or I
option.
could send a message to my old CO on the Adirondack. Get some combat-tested vessels.
Uh,
We shouldn't do this alone.
We're at the edge of the quadrant. Help isn't just gonna pop over like we're in Sector 001.
Wouldn't hurt to try.
You talk like you've never had your backs up against a wall before. This is Starfleet. We solve our own problems.
Okay, stand back. Get this to the containment lab.
Oh, I thought it like disappeared like
I'll
entirely.
get it set up for you. I'll let you know when it's safely confined.
Oh, we'll be there.
And then come over,
Last thing
poke
you
it with a
want is to
stick.
study this down in main engineering and have it explode next to the warp core.
Oh!
Almost forgot.
Can't have that.
Aren't there rules about open fraternization?
For a second, I thought
Amongst
she'd
your
gone cold on
peers?
you. Like she might have changed her mind. But I guess this whole situation has her spooked. Maybe she knows more than us? Or it's because this is all happening so fast? But she usually doesn't scare easy.
Now, you can't tell me you're not a little spooked, too. We all should be.
I guess
Believe me,
maybe
I'm
she did
taking
seem
it
off.
serious.
Maybe I should have picked that one.
But Miranda
She did
talking
seem a
about
little
sending a
different.
distress call on her own.
I don't know.
That's going too far. She was probably just thinking out loud. I'm sure she'll come to her senses. This mission has enough complications stacking up.
Now, we'll get through it. You, me, and Miranda, too.
All right. Well, if that's the start of a new chapter, I think that that is probably a good stopping point for tonight. Sorry to cut it a little bit short, but I am just quite tired. And this seems kind of like a natural stopping point as we're, kind of getting into what we're going to do next. So we'll be back at it next week to tackle the mysteries of this artifact. I am enjoying this game. It is very slow though. It's much slower than I thought it was going to be. But I'm hoping it picks up the pace a little bit. But thanks for hanging out. Just kind of go over the schedule in case you missed yesterday's stream. So tomorrow I'm recording, Perfect Reload Weekly. They'll be up on Monday. On Thursday is Summer Games Fest. I'll be doing a reaction to that night. That'll be up on Friday. Like I said, Monday or Tuesday will be another stream of Street Fighter. Next Saturday, we'll be back at it here with this. I am going to try and do it in the afternoon, though, so I can maybe play a little bit longer. And then next Sunday, the 11th, I think it is. Let me look at a calendar real quick. Yes, the 11th. That is the Xbox Showcase. We'll be live streaming that, so no reaction a day later. Be live streaming it. I will have a guest on that stream, so that'll be pretty cool. Having another person here in person will be nice. And then that guest will be sticking around with me and record, that week's episode of the show. And we'll give our thoughts on the Xbox Showcase. And then that night, I will watch the Starfield Direct. I'll write up all my thoughts. That'll be in the following week's Perfect Reload Weekly. And then that week is also the Ubisoft press conference, the Ubisoft Forward. Again, another one that's happening during the middle of the day, so I'm at work, so I can't live react to it. So record my thoughts and then have a video up the next day. Of course, we're going to keep streaming this every week. I'd like to try and get to a point where maybe I can stream this twice a week so we can get the game through a little bit faster. But with all the other kind of extra events happening right now, it's not really a reality. So for at least the next couple of weeks, it'll probably just be one Star Trek stream a week, one Street Fighter stream a week, and we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. This was fun. Like I said, I'm digging the game, but hoping we're picking up the pace a little bit soon. Maybe Spock's got a grand plan for us to get into. But take it easy, everybody, and enjoy all the stuff that's going to be happening on the channel over the next couple of weeks, because it's going to be a lot of fun stuff. Learning about new games is always a good time during the year. I miss E3, but this is our replacement. So yeah, that's it. All right, take it easy.